Have you noticed the lack of classic Star Trek merchandise lately? Once one of the world's most popular TV series and a merchandising phenomenon, it appears that classic Star Trek may have run its course as a viable property. We're going to take a look at the evidence for this in today's episode. Hi everyone, welcome to Battlestar Galactica. Now recently I had a very interesting conversation with a colleague of mine who is heavily involved in the licensing industry. Now while our conversation revolved around Universal Studios and the classic Battlestar Galactica license, we started talking about classic Star Trek. It just seems that there's simply nothing for collectors to purchase right now. We're not talking about the odd Mego release or the very expensive Exo 6 figures. We are talking about a mainstream product line. It just doesn't exist. Now, his answer to my question caught me off guard. He basically said that Star Trek, the original series that featured the adventures of Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock, and Dr. McCoy, was considered a dead property now. Can you believe that? And for clarification, we are not talking about Next Generation or the new shows like Picard or even the movies that featured the original cast. We are talking about the original Star Trek TV series from the 1960s. And unfortunately, the evidence that Star Trek may be dead is all around us. Companies like Mezco, McFarlane Toys, Diamond Select have all tried to introduce new classic Trek figures and they've all failed. Even Playmate Toys is completely ignoring the original series and just doing the new shows, the Next Generation, and Star Trek The Wrath of Khan to date. And the figure you see before us is a one-off by Super 7. This is an awesome, incredible reaction Mr. Spock that was a Target exclusive last year. Now, I don't know how well he sold at Target, but supposedly Super 7 has canceled their classic Trek plans and is just focusing on Star Trek The Next Generation. So what are your thoughts on this? Is Star Trek truly dead when it seems like every major property has a retro action figure line out there? It just seems odd that Star Trek, the original series, is completely absent from store shelves. As a big Star Trek fan growing up in the early 1980s, I can remember my local TV station having a block of sci-fi shows. I believe it was Star Trek, followed by Battlestar Galactica and Buck Rogers. And I hate to think that our favorite shows are now considered passé. I hope you enjoyed this episode, everyone. Please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel so I know you're out there. I will see you in the next episode. Have a great Galactica day, everyone.